Hello aspirants, welcome back again to Vajirao and Reddy Institute online platform. I am Gogula Rajashekar. In this series of videos, we are discussing approach to mains answer writing. In the last video, we have discussed answer writing for GS paper 3. We have taken questions from two different subjects and we have discussed it. Today, in this session, we are going to focus GS paper 4 and let us look at the questions. See, in GS paper 4 we have two portions, one is theory portion, another one is case studies. So in today's discussion we take both, one from each section. Theory portion we will discuss one question which is of 10 marker and 150 words, and in the case study we will discuss another one which is bit lengthier and a case study with various questions in it. So let us look at the first question. The question is, distinguish between code of ethics and code of conduct with suitable examples. It was asked in 2018 for 10 marks and we have to write it in 150 words. I have taken it little bit older question. The reason is the distinguish portion is there where we can see it, the presentation in the tabular form. That is the reason. So as usual, if we break this, what is the demand of the question? We need to differentiate or distinguish between code of ethics and code of conduct. Simple. So the demand is very much clear cut and we need to provide some examples of it. So let us look at the approach or structure to this particular question. See, in the structure we will simply define what is code of conduct and what is code of ethics. If we can write some examples, that is good here itself. Otherwise you can write the examples in the differentiation itself, and in the body what we have to do, distinguishing or differentiating them with the examples. Then conclusion, see, concluding by explaining the significance of this code of ethics and code of conduct. Simple, right? So let us begin. Let us see the model answer. See, in the introduction we are defining code of ethics and code of conduct. So code of ethics is sets or set of guidelines and organization sets, like these are more like a ethical guidelines and the best practices to follow for honesty, integrity and professionalism in any organization. They are more like guidelines and the practicing of it is individually voluntary basis. So those who are associated with an organization, they adhere to these guidelines. If they don't, there is no punishment. That's the deep analysis of it. We will do it in the differentiation. Then comes code of conduct. Code of conduct is a set of rules. Please see, this is guidelines and these are rules. Set of rules, standards, principles and values outlined by an organization in anticipation of the expected behavior. So these guidelines, rules, principles, values are outlined by organization in anticipation or in the expected behavior of the members of an organization. That is the definition of both of them. Now both code of conduct and code of ethics are similar as they are used in an attempt to encourage specific forms of behavior from the employees of an organization. For example, Vajirao and Reddy as an institution has some principles which will be guided to you at the time of like your admission, while you are taking the classes, same to the faculties and other staff members. So we need to be guided by those code of ethics and we need to practice those code of conduct. Clear? So that is the differentiation. We will now look at the differences between code of ethics and code of conduct. For this, what I have done, whenever we see differentiation, it would be better if we put it in the tabular form. So we make a 2-column table. On one side code of ethics, on the other side code of conduct. Now in the definition itself we have seen a difference. Let us look at the differences one by one. Number one, it includes code ethical values and principles and ideals of the organization. Whereas on the other side it contains the specific practices and behaviors that ought to be followed by the members of the organization. So these are all guidelines, these are all the rules or principles that are expected from the employees or the members of an organization to adhere to, right? The second is, it is a set of principles which have influence or which influence the judgments of the members. On the other side, these are set of rules or guidelines that influence the actions of the members. Here it is judgments, like whether to go with this or that, and what are the principles, guiding principles, on what basis I can take this judgment. And this comes in the action put. After taking it, following the rules of the organization, what action I can take, right? And it is wider and broad in sense, but these are narrower and specific in sense. For a specific problem or a specific situation, you have some rules, how to come out of it or how to deal with it, right? And these are general also. Next, they are non-specific and are designed to provide a set of values or values for decision making, whereas here they are generally provided with a fair clarity, a set of expectations which are used in taking the actions, and like if you don't take those, there might be some punishments as well. So that's the differentiation between these two. And here employees, in this case, it enables the employees to make independent judgments about the most appropriate course of action. Like you have various options, out of which you can take which option you can adopt. So here you have the choice, but here it's more like it enables them to work in compliance with the rules and actions, and you have to go by these rules and actions. Here, out of multiple choices that you have, later we will see options that we have, you can choose any of them which best suits you according to your values and your let's say judgments. But here you have to follow the rules set by the organization. On the basis of it, you have to choose a course of action. That's the difference. For example, here see, civil servants are committed to the public services, right? All the civil servants, even tomorrow if you crack this examination, you are committed to the public service. But after cracking the exam, you become a civil servant, but still you are not doing it with complete 100% spirit. Then nobody is going to like say anything. You might have seen in many government offices where some people, not all of them, some people will be doing like some other kinds of work. They might not even visit the office. Even if they come, they don't do it with the work with diligence. So this kind of attitude. So there nobody is going to say anything. Just there is a code of ethics which says that ethically you have to do the service to the people. And if you are not doing it, there is no punishment. But on the other side, code of conduct, here see, civil services conduct rules, 1964, we have these conduct rules where each and every civil servant has to follow these conduct rules with respect to the dressing, with respect to even accepting of some gifts and the behaviors. There are certain rules, there are protocols, you need to follow them. If you don't follow them, here it might even attract some punishment. Punishment can be in the form of like demoting you or withholding your promotion, or let's say suspending is not a punishment, but it can also be served as some sort of warning, right? Suspending, all these can come here. Whereas here, if these are not adhered to, there is no punishment. Punishment is not there. Understood? So these are all the ones with examples. Now conclusion portion, that's enough, like 150 words are taken care of. In the conclusion, let's look at the significance of both. We'll be concluding with the significance. So code of ethics, code of conduct help the institutions in regulating the day-to-day business efficiently, while code of conduct is something that states organized values. Code of ethics is used to observe ethical norms and gives a foundational rules to the organization. So on both of them help drive the employees or the associated members of an organization towards a common goal in achieving their mission and vision. One is very specific and another one is very broad. One is voluntary, another one is involuntary. If you become part of that organization, you have to follow it, right? These are the basic differences, and both help in better service delivery to the associated members and customers of that organization. If you are taking government as the organization here, then the general public will be your customers. That's it, right? So this will take care of your theory portion. There are like different types of questions in ethics paper. Like some of them are from moral thinkers. You might get quotation based questions. You'll be given a quotation, then you have to like elaborate it. Then there are other type of questions which are a definition, where different concepts of ethics, integrity, aptitude are asked, what you understand by it, with the examples. Then interlinking of that like with the applications. Then comes finally the case study based ones. So in ethics paper, out of 250 marks, you may get 130 in the theory portion and 120 with the 6 case studies in the case study portion. So both of them are equally important. Now let us look at a question from case study and let us try to solve it. See, first and foremost, those who are new, who are beginning this answer writing, who are beginning their preparation or civil services preparation journey, first understand what is a case study. Case study is any situation, may be real or may be hypothetical, where you will have to take up the role or you will have to be voice of somebody else in the case, and you will be given certain conditions or certain situations of that particular situation or the condition. Then after going through it, after analyzing the entire situation, you will be asked certain questions. If you are in this situation, or if you are to suggest this to so and so person, what are the options available, what is the course of action that you do. See, this is like in the real life, the conflicts that we come across in the day-to-day administration or in the day-to-day life, in the working process, the conflicts or dilemmas that we come across and how we resolve those dilemmas. That is what is a case study. For example, here I have taken a case study from 2022, latest year. Let us look at the case study. Case study is Ramesh is state civil services officer who got opportunity of getting posted to the capital of border state, after rendering 20 years of service. So for his 20 years of service, he has been like promoted. He has got that opportunity to be posted there. And Ramesh's mother has recently been detected with cancer and has been admitted to leading cancer hospital of the city. See, this is a situation like Ramesh's personal life is been given here, like his mother is not well and admitted to the hospital. Then his 2 adolescent children have also been admitted to best public school of the town. Now after settling down in his appointed as the director in the home department of the state, Ramesh got confidential report through intelligence sources that illegal migrants are infiltrating into the state from the neighboring country. So this is where the conflicting point is being raised. Issue. He got the report and he personally carried out, like he decided to personally carry out the surprise check of the border post, and he found that yes, to his surprise, he caught red-handed 2 families of 12 members infiltrated with the convenience of the security personnel at the border post. On further inquiry and investigation, it was found that after the migrants from the neighboring country infiltrate, their documentation like Aadhaar, ration card, voter card are also forged, and they have made to settle down in a particular area of the state. Now Ramesh prepared the detailed and comprehensive report and submitted it to the additional secretary of the state. However, he has summoned by additional home secretary after a week and was instructed to withdraw the report. Has been instructed to withdraw that detailed report. The additional Home Secretary informed Ramesh that report submitted by him is not appreciated by the higher authorities, and he further cautioned him, cautioned him that warning is different, cautioning is different, cautioned him that if he fails to withdraw the confidential report, he will not only be posted out from the prestigious appointment from the state capital, but his further promotion, which is in due in the near future, will also be jeopardized. This is the situation. So Ramu, I am just summarizing it. He recently posted in a state capital with in a state where there is a bordering country, and his situation, personal situation has been given, like his mother is not well, his children who got admitted into the hospital in that town, and his children are also like admitted to good public school in the same town in which he is working now. And he found that there are illegal immigrants, infiltrations are happening, and he has made a report and submitted it to the authorities, and one of them, additional Home Secretary, he cautioned him that this is not appreciated, you withdraw this report. Now this is the situation. Now the questions that followed from this case study are, what are the questions? What are the options available to Ramesh as the director of the Home Department of the bordering state? So simply list out those options. Then second question, what option should Ramesh adopt and why? So here you have to give which option is better and why he should adopt it, and critically evaluate each option. Whatever the options are there, critically evaluate it, what are the pros or benefits and what are the cons of that option. Then what are ethical dilemmas being faced by Ramesh in discharging his duties. Then last, what policy measures would you suggest to combat the menace of infiltration of illegal migrants from the neighboring country? This is the question which was asked in 2022 for 20 marks, and we need to write it in 250 words. Clear? Now let us look at the model answer. See here, there is no introduction, body, such thing as there. Whatever that has been asked, we are going to address it. You can directly enter into the addressing of the answer, because there are 5 questions which needs to be answered. The first one, the options available to Ramesh. See, the options available to Ramesh in this situation include, number 1, follow the guidelines of the higher authority, withdraw the report. So withdrawing report is one option. Second, refusing to withdraw the report. Third option, reporting the situation to superiors or external authority. So under such pressures, you have also other protections. You can also comply the same with evidences to higher authorities or external ombudsman, external authorities. These are the 3 options. Now second portion of it, you can simply list it out, because that is what is been asked in the question, no need to elaborate it. Second, which option Ramesh should adopt and why? So simply here I am giving my perspective, you can also go with any of the option, but you need to justify it. That is the beauty of case studies. There is no clear cut or only right answer. You can have multiple combinations of the answers, but the only point is you need to convince the examiner, you need to convince why you are choosing such option and what is the valid ground behind it. Simple. So here according to me, the option that Ramesh should adopt is to refuse to withdraw the report and stand by findings of his investigations. This would be ethical course of the action, as it would involve upholding the truth, right? This is his function, right? This is his duty to check any kind of illegal infiltrations of the migrants, and it will also show the integrity of his work and fulfilling his duty, like professional ethics. The promises he made while taking up this duty are justified here, as a civil servant to report and address the illegal activities. So this is the option I would suggest. Of course, there are some serious consequences of this option, but that's fine. That is also goes with the spirit of civil services, right? Now let us look at the third portion of it. Critically evaluate each option. See, in this, why is also been already addressed. Why such option is being taken, that has been addressed. Now critically evaluate each option. Suppose say first option, that is withdrawing the report, making the higher authorities happy. So what are the advantages of it? If you go by it, it would likely to avoid negative consequences for Ramesh's job, and he can keep on continuing in this job. He might even get his promotion on the timely basis. He might even get some other external benefits, right? And he might even develop good relation with that higher authorities. So he will get job and promotion perspectives. But on the negative side, critical aspect, it would also involve compromising the truth, integrity of his work, and potentially allowing further illegal activities, further illegal infiltration. This is the negative side of it. Now if you go with the second option, that is with like not withdrawing it, refusing to withdraw the report, so it would potentially result in the negative consequences for Ramesh personally. His job, his personal life may get disturbed. His promotion may be withheld or may be put to hold. And he might even be like posted out of the city in which now he is settled. So again he has to bear all the burden of transferring his mother to some other cancer hospital in other location. His children's education will get affected. This is the negative aspect of it. But on the other side, it will also include upholding of the truth, integrity of his work, job satisfaction, that he has done his duty well. At the same time, fulfilling his duty as a civil servant to address these illegal infiltrations. Option 3, reporting the situation to the superiors or external authority could potentially result in the negative consequences. Even if it is reported, again the same persons will get to know. Even if they are questioned, then also they get to know. There is again same, like his job, his personal life may get affected, even his promotion may be held. But it could also help in exposing the nexus between that illegal immigration, illegal infiltrants, and this higher authorities. See, without that nexus or some benefit, why would the higher authorities asking him to withdraw that report? There might be some sort of benefits and some sort of unethical practice, illegal practice going behind, that will be exposed to the authorities. And this might even address the issue of illegal migration and corruption at the border level. So corruption is happening and potentially lead to positive changes in the policy and practices. But this might have serious consequences on the individually on Ramesh, right? This is the third option. Now the fourth one, what are the ethical dilemmas that Ramesh will be facing under this situation? Number one, see, loyalty versus integrity. See, as a civil servant, you need to obey the orders of your superiors, you are loyal to them. At the same time, you need to show integrity to your duty. So there is a conflicting points here. And you also have loyalty to your family members in ensuring their good life. Then second is duty versus self-interest here. One is, according to his duty, he has to expose it, he has to proceed it and reduce or completely prevent this illegal infiltration of the migrants. On the other side, his self-interest. What is the self-interest? Number one, keeping his job in the same place so that he can take care of his mother, children, and plus the upcoming promotion and everything, smooth life. That is the vested interest or personal interest. So there is a conflicting between them. You can say self-interest and public interest. Duty is in the public interest, this is in the self-interest. Then comes confidentiality versus transparency. See, confidentially all these things are happening, but we need to like be transparent, we need to open it, we need to give this information. So there is a conflict. If he withdraws it, and there itself the situation subducts and the information will not come out. But ideally the public servants, they should provide as much of information as to the public. So they have to be transparent. There is a conflicting here. Now these are all the ethical dilemmas that he will be facing. Now finally the last point of it, what policy measures can be taken in order to check such illegal migration. So what are the suggestions? Number one, strengthening the border security, the bordering area. So patrolling or checkposts, strengthening them so that each and every area properly fence it and check it and have the good development of border security. Then implementing stricter migration laws and policies, so that on even if there is like migration, it has to go through the proper channel after checking and verification of all the documents. Then addressing the corruption, because in this case there is corruption at the higher level. Even this might even be for vote bank. If the migrants are coming, they are being placed in one particular location in anticipation that all of them would vote for them. So some sort of corruption is there that has to be addressed. Then improving relations with the neighboring country, so that the neighboring country will also give the information and cooperates with the country for extradition of these and sending them back illegal migrants, so that they can better be managed. So improving the bilateral relations with it, providing support and assistance to the refugees. See, this is the core or root cause of it. Why does anybody illegally enter into some other country, leaving their own country, when the situation in their country is not good? They are not getting let's say opportunities or socio-economic benefits, or they are being subjugated, or they are being persecuted. That is the situation when they leave their home country, go to some other country. So if we can provide some assistance to them, they may stay in their own country. So that's where such refugees, whoever are driven by due to these reasons, they must be treated humanely, they must be provided with the assistance and support, and if possible, as soon as possible, they must be returned back to their countries. Then comes implementing stronger identity verification measures. Now we are going towards the digitization, where we take the biometric data to validate via Aadhaar. So forgery of the Aadhaar can be checked. Even recently there was like very big massive scale project where some of the forged or bogus Aadhaar cards have been delisted. So that can be done. Then comes increasing public awareness and education, like local people. See, all the time authorities and governments can't do it. So some places the public has to involve, the local people have to involve and address it. See, some person is coming to a location and getting settled there, you get to know, the local people get to know, they should voice against it and they should bring the matter. For that, awareness creation and educating them is needed. You have to educate them what are the bad impacts of like having more and more illegal migrants, how it pressurizes resources. All these administrative and law and order issues must be educated to those local people. So these are all the policy measures that we can take care, and it is important for Ramesh in this conclusion to consider the ethical implications of his actions and long term consequences of his decisions, and to act in consonance or in accordance with his values and principles, particularly duty principles and values. That is how we can conclude it. So this is just one case study. In examination, you really enjoy these case studies. They are various real life examples. It may be in different departments. This is particularly the border areas, home ministry department. You can also come across various examples from different departments: municipality, construction, engineering, civil services, administration, revenue, so many other, right? So practice as many as possible, like even in the newspapers you might be coming across with some case studies, and you can take references and some of the civil servants showing the best practices. You can take their success stories, their real life examples as some of the cases for best examples, and you can cite them. So that's how you can practice on this. So with this, this particular series, like answer writing series, is ended. We have seen general approach, and for each paper we have taken 2 questions, 150 votes and 250 votes, and from different subject and different category. We try to discuss them and provide model answer and see various aspects of the answer. I hope this entire series is useful, and those who are watching it for the first time, please go back to the first video, watch it very thoroughly. That is very important one. And after watching it, practicing is the key. The more you write, the more you improve. No doubt some of you might be writing it for the very first time. See, generally our first answers are the worst answers. This is what I believe. Even if I have kept my first answers, if I look at them, I even laugh at them. This is the kind of answer I have written. But those are the answers which have taught me the best ways. So when you are writing a bad answer, the scope for learning is more. So when you improve upon it day by day, after some days your answers will become very good and top notch, and that continuous practicing of the answer writing will give you like enhanced confidence and good marks in the examination. So while practicing it, like I told you, you can take the examples and references from internet sources, newspapers and your books and everything. But after gathering the content, keep your content aside. If you want, you can revise it once again. Then while writing the answer, close it and write it on your own. See how much information you can retain and how much information you can present it. Then later you can revise it. So this is how the practice has to be done. If it is done for a good number of days, then definitely you can be able to write very good answers. That's it for this particular session, guys. I hope it is useful, the entire series. If you have any doubts, if you have any queries, you can talk to me. I'm available at the institution. If you have any of your answers, you can get them evaluated from our other faculties and mentors. Thank you very much. See you in the next session with another kind of approach. Bye everyone. Take care.